One of the best, beautiful things is connecting a thing that doesn't look like it should be with another. This is the case where you can have Bitcoin, a cryptocurrency, whereas your internal structure, DNA and molecules, what have you, the genome, is undergoing processes very similar to what a cryptocurrency would be achieving. And here's the connecting points. State wants to become more of a state, and then the more power wants to become a more power. The cryptocurrency in Bitcoin is not part of either of those because it isn't connected. Could it be hacked by a quantum computer? Because quantum computers can download encryptions quicker than a dragon can squash an ant. And you're going to devolve if you're on the loser team. The loser team trying to make themselves look beautiful, which is cut and dry the case.
See, I like this because it fits my kneecap and it kind of mimics this. So is it a gain of function if it's next to it? If you know how to connect them, they sure are. And then under this is just made to have these. This is like what a bald person was made to be bald. These are two specimens, and that's what you would call in medical. And then that's like a coconut, but if you go closer, it's just like a bird's nest or something. That's another specimen. And when they start looking at parts in your body and treating it as it is a specimen, that's where it gets nutty. Also, wake someone up. They're really stupid for like the first 5 minutes. That's what a trance is. When your genetics are suppressed, like by not having the ability to randomize and they're always compensated, then that is what the global interest would be accruing through the medicalization, being technocracy driven through statements such as, if you don't believe in Muhammad, you need to be taken out. Medicalization. You need to get informed and be able to say no. Millions of dollars is spent on trying to cure baldness, and it is something that's just built in. It's never going to be cured. Needing to have dangerous bio weapons like viruses in order to cure them, you need to be handling them. Medicalization. Having doctors and nurses just follow orders and having that actually make you sick. This is all medicalization and is a globalization way of doing it, where it puts the interest of a globe instead of the local, when the local is actually the more preferable stance. Even though we see everything as globalization, when we're talking to anyone, it's always in a globalization point of view, because it is an instinct belief of a culture that people share. The reason that being dangerous is because with the idea that Muhammad is like anything, and if you kill like a fruit fly that's going at your face, well then now that's not believing in Muhammad and in my religion, how God created everything. So you could get really nitpicky and say that it's like a battering ram that comes and, well, knocks down everything that you would have had if you didn't follow the statement. Just because as medicalization is simply in line with the technocracy, because
being alive is a science that people are trying to understand, and the only way to force a result is to make you abide to the crazy strong statement that's so generic and extremely powerful. Something that can look different up close at a distance could look like the actual thing that it isn't. This is how globalization occurs from the outskirt of it, the outer breaching of the area, where your consensus of everything when you meet another person is on a globalization standard because you're not a local to being accustomed in general. This isn't bad and it's not racist. I see Asian kids running to play on a playground. I'm going straight to the gong xylophones and playing some music while listening to a Japanese piano player, and I'm playing along with them. This is also what is known as terraforming. If you're talking about it as a globalization to a local, it's an evolution if you're talking about it with your internal genome structure doing stuff like cellular activity. It's always occurring. Like, we're not always around and some people may leave, but before any of that happens, we need to understand why countries like Cuba can't make spaceships, structures that are like nuclear power, and also using stuff to filter out anything that you wouldn't want in order for it to be like refilled easily. And by refilled easily, I mean like your internal structure, to eliminate like toxins, not have anything be a beast in you, the beast within you, to be unleashed, and that beast be made up of a bunch of little tiny beasts. The best way to develop is to understand the purpose of things that are simple and easy, but looked over even more so. I want to have what the forefounders, the original idea of making this country was about. You have to know everyone on your council. You have to know how to build an entire ecosystem. Do that by busting open a physics encyclopedia.